Hey Kat, how you doing? I just want you to see this is how this thing rendered out. I'm so glad you backed up by submitting your PDF because this thing rendered out in kind of a really funky way, as you can see. So let's go ahead and take a look at the PDF, which I happen to have up right here. Okay, KN is a wonderful monogram. I just love this. I think, honestly, I have to say this. It's a private forum, so no one else will hear this. But you've got a really subtle touch, which is I think is really really important for student designers. Most student designers want to throw everything but the kitchen sink in their compositions, and this restraint is far more advanced than where you stand in terms of your peers. So you're showing wonderful restraint, which I think is a really good sign for a graphic designer. The KN graphic design is a lovely mark. It does exactly what it's supposed to do, no more, no less. It's not trying to be something it's not. It's just what it is, and I love it for that. Okay, the one thing now, and you know I teach and I direct toward minimalism, and the reason I do that is because not because I don't like, the reason I do that is because it's the best way for students to learn how to brand themselves. That said, I think that even for me, for looking for a very basic branding package, I would even add color right here. I think the color logo, I think adding a little bit of color right here, that blue, is really going to add some pop to this logo. I would consider that. I really would. I would consider that. You don't have to. It's up to you. This is fantastic right here. The business card is just phenomenal. It's absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't change a thing. I love it. That's not true. I would change something. I'll tell you about that in a second. As far as the composition for the letterhead goes, you're doing one thing here though. By composing your type right here, you're forcing this letterhead into being having a usable area right here. And if the letter happens to be any longer than that, you're inducing the user of this letterhead to want to compose it like this. So either way, you're going to get this really kind of a funky result once this page is populated. For that reason, I recommend doing this. And I recommend this a lot for branding and letterheads especially. It's a fantastic formula. Instead of stacking that right there, you can do stack 2 or 2 and 1 or whatever you want to do, but span it like that across the bottom of your page, and that'll open up this whole area here for use for anything in Cat Newman design. It could be your invoices, it could be your shipping label, it could be anything. So it would add tremendous versatility to the letterhead by doing that. The business card itself, as I said, boy, hey, this is just so gorgeous. Now that I look at it with the letterhead, I don't even know if I would change the color. Kat, your call. I mean, I completely trust you. You're a very good designer, so make your call there. Just making those recommendations. The business card itself looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I think the one thing you should keep in mind is that, it's, again, this is completely up to you, but they are the books, all the design books still recommend that you put your mailing address on your business card. So food for thought there. All right. Other than that, I think just loving what you're doing. All right. Fantastic job. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, Kat.